If you like Glock, you'll love the RXM. Get it now.
See that? No misses, y'all.
Hello all, welcome to Tactical Safety. Today we're going to talk about the new Ruger RXM. Ruger combined with Magpul. It's basically a Gen 3 Glock 19, but so much better. Check this out, y'all. So here it is right here. You see, and also I have a Gen 3 Glock 19. Both of these firearms are clear. I checked that before the camera was even rolling. So, what they did with the RXM, you know, Magpul makes a stellar product, and Ruger has been collaborating with everyone lately. So, with this, it still has the non-reversible magazine release, which is all your Gen 1, 2, and 3 Glocks. But what they did that was better, the mag release is a little bit more rounded off, and it sticks out a little bit more, so it's much easier to eject the mag from the firearm than it is with the G19. G19, it's jagged on the edge, and then but they sell aftermarket mag releases anyway, extended ones that are rounded off and everything, so that's super easy to change that out anyway, which I'll probably end up doing. I did that with my Glock 27, but I'm gonna probably do it with this 19 as well. So the cool thing also, this RXM, it comes with two 15-round mags. Comes with Magpul G19 mags, but you can also use the Glock 15-round mags as well. The Magpul mag, it does not have the witness holes on the back like all the Glocks do, but it's got the notch on both sides where it has the 15 mark for your 15 rounds. So even if you have 14 rounds in here, you're not gonna see a round down here at the 15 mark, so you'll know it's not fully loaded, because this one, this is actually a Glock mag right here. So what Ruger did that made this a little better than the original Glock 19 was the fact that, number one, the magazine release is more rounded off and it sticks out a little further. It's more pronounced. And then also what they changed, I know it's hard to see on camera, but the trigger guard, it's undercut a little bit more than the original Glock 19. As you can see, because this is a complaint that people have had for decades with Glocks, is that they call it the knuckle cut. When you're holding it, you can feel it pressed right up against your knuckle right here a lot of times after you've been shooting for a while. But with the RXM, you don't feel that at all. Also, it's got a little bit of a flared mag well, which makes mag changes a little bit faster when it's flared like this. So the stippling on this, nothing short of phenomenal. Excellent stippling. Even if your hands are sweaty, doesn't matter. It ain't gonna slip out your hand at all. Unlike the Glock 19 Gen 3, that's why on all my Gen 3 Glocks, I have these Hogue sleeves for them, because of the fact that the stippling is non-existent on the Gen 3 Glocks, and when your hands start getting sweaty, this weapon will easily slip out of your hands. And I mean easily. Especially with the 26 and 27, because with the 26 and 27, if you don't have the pierced grip, that's a nice little plug for pierced grips. If you don't have that, your pinky will hang off the end of it. The pierced plus grip, that is a must-have if you have a Glock 26 or 27, which is 9mm and 40 cal respectively. Because the older ones, it added 2 rounds of 9mm, 1 round of 40 cal, plus an extra finger grip, and the finger grooves, it matches the little bit of stippling that's on the Glock. Matter of fact, I'll show you. This is a Glock 26 Gen 3, 9mm. This is a Glock 27 Gen 3, 40 cal. Now, they both have the pierced plus grips on it. I just changed the plus extensions on these a couple years ago because they just came out with one that's a little bit longer. It's probably a quarter of an inch longer than the ones from 20 years ago. But now it enables you to put in 3 extra rounds of 9 mil and 2 extra rounds of 40 cal instead of 2 of 9 and 1 of 40. And it's hardly any longer. But now, and then you can fit your pinky finger around there easily. Get a good solid purchase on this. And of course, I have my Hogue rubber grips on these because this gun is super hard to shoot without this Hogue rubber grip. You will mess around and have this thing fly out of your hand easily. But let's put these 26 and 27 off to the side and let's get back to the RXM. So with the RXM, you have your blacked out rear sight and you have your luminescent front sight. And these are suppressor height sights. Also, the main thing with this RXM, optics cut from the factory. No plates needed. It's an RMSC cut. You see it mounts very low on the slide and you can easily co-witness your iron sights right through the red dot, which is a must-have. Because who wants to have multiple things mounted on the slide? Because like on my Glock 45, I have a Holosun 407C on there, but I'm going to be taking that off soon because I'm getting the Holosun SCS MOS, which mounts directly to the slide. So also with this RXM, the serial number is not in the same place as on the Glock. So on the Glock, you know you have the serial number in 3 places. You have it on the barrel assembly, you have it on the slide, as well as the frame. But on the RXM, you just have it on the frame, and that's it. So these are pretty much, they are really identical because they disassemble the exact same way. So of course, you have to ensure that the firearm's unloaded, and then just like with any other Glock, Gens 1 through 5, Gen 6 is supposed to have the non-trigger pull takedown, which is going to be phenomenal. And I will be getting me 1 or 2 Gen 6s when they come out. So of course you got to pull the trigger and then pull the slide back ever so slightly and hold both of your takedown levers down. Boom, slide comes right off. Just like on the Glock, same way. Firearms unloaded. Have to do the trigger pull. And takedown levers on the Glock are actually a little bit smaller than on the RXM. On the RXM, they're a little more pronounced, much easier to grip onto. And the slide assembly on the inside is the exact same. They are interchangeable. This is the RXM. This is the G19. Check this out. Functions perfect. Put an empty mag in it. Slide locks back like it's supposed to. Then same thing with this one. RXM slide on the Glock 19 frame. Empty mag. Locks back like it's supposed to. You do the same thing with either mag, doesn't matter. Yep. Alright, so also with the RXM, comes in dark gray with the black slide. Excellent color combination. I love it. These are also available now in FDE, which just came out, and they have a tactical version of it with a threaded barrel. But the tactical version, $100 more. I don't think it's worth it because that's the only thing more you're getting is the threaded barrel. I don't need the threaded barrel that bad. I got enough other 9 mils with threaded barrels that I can use a suppressor on, so I don't need to spend $100 more on this one just to have that feature. Put about 250 rounds through this, and it's excellent. Performed flawlessly. Also with this, just like any other Glock, you can use the Glock 17 mags. They will fit in here perfectly. They lock in place. Of course, it's going to stick out the bottom. And then you can also use the 33 round extendos. They fit and function perfect too. They stick out a whole lot, but they will work. The RXM, it uses the same holsters as the G19. You don't have to go out and buy another holster. That's the great thing about it. You can use your rounded gear by Concealment Express, your IWB inside the waistband holster, and I have that with the claw on it, and it fits both these weapons perfect. Also fits the Glock 45. So the Glocks that work with this, the Glock 19, 23, 32, which is a 357 SIG. I don't even think they make that one anymore, but it's the same dimensions as these. Also the Glock 44, which is a 22 long rifle, and the Glock 45, which is the 9mm that has the longer frame with the 17 round mags and the 19 size slide, but uses the same holster as these. So you don't have to go out and buy a new holster. Even though the trigger guard, it's rounded off here and it's a sharp edge here, they still fit the same holster perfect. It locks in place flawlessly. I'll show you. This is the RXM. Good solid lockup. Gun's not going anywhere. G19. Good solid lockup. Gun's not going anywhere. So the RXM, it has a suggested retail of $499. I got it for, it's either $389 or $399, one of those, but it's really not that much, and it is well worth it. So like I said, it takes everything good about the Glock 19 and improves on it, and it modernizes it, because the main feature that you're gonna love, that you're gonna utilize, is gonna be the optics cut for the RMSC. Like I said, that's your Crimson Trace. That's your Hollison 407K and 507Ks. Oh, also the trigger. So a lot of people complain about the Glock triggers. I've never had an issue with any of the Glock triggers. A lot of people say, oh, they're not refined enough. They're too rough. They're inconsistent. I don't find them inconsistent at all. Certainly they're not the best trigger that I've had, but they're not the worst either. It's just the average trigger. I can shoot them very well. I've been shooting Glocks for 25 years now, and never any issues with the trigger. Now, the trigger on the RXM, it's a little smoother. Yes, it's noticeably smoother. Very smooth take up, a solid wall, and then crisp break. Very nice. Very fast follow-up shots with this. And once you zero in your red dot, this thing is a pleasure to shoot. It really is. That's how I was able to shoot 250 rounds through this thing today and didn't even realize it. Went through 5 boxes, and then I was like, wait a minute, I brought that much ammo here? Didn't even realize it. But like I said, the RXM, it's a must-have. If you like Glock, you'll love the RXM. Get it now. So remember to stay armed, stay vigilant, and stay tactical. We'll see y'all next time.